A very good afternoon to all of you. I, Dr. Sanjib Pattnaik, welcome you all to our session in the area of total quality management. We are looking at one of the courses in your syllabi, that is MMPC 019, which has been titled as Total Quality Management. Today we shall discuss about the block 4. In the previous sessions, in block 1, we had got an initial insight into the TQM. What is the approach? What is the methodology? That means we tried to acquaint ourselves with total quality management. Then in block 2, we tried to see what should be the framework for implementation of total quality management. There we saw about various aspects like organizational structure, the hierarchy levels, etc. When we entered block 3, we saw the various tools and techniques of total quality management. Now, in block 4, we shall be looking at the organization as a whole and the leadership. Why organization and leadership? Because it is from there which will stem out the total quality management application in the organization. So, in unit 9, that is the first block under a first unit under block 4, we will be looking at organization for quality. In other words, we may say that what are the basic requirements in an organization for maintaining quality. When we introduce total quality management, up till now we have seen total quality management. When we are talking of, it is a way to improve and grow. What happens there? It starts from understanding the requirements of the customers and making our processes, inputs, the people, they will be molded in such a way that we can cater to the needs of the customers. So, the organization has to think of creating a structure to improve and grow. That means the structure of the organization should be molded in such a way that it will continue to grow over time and it will improve itself, because we know that at this present juncture of ever changing business environment, the taste, the requirement of the customer are changing rapidly. In order to match that, we have to improve ourselves, not only to meet the requirement of the customers, but also to make the customers delighted. How the customers will be delighted? Now, simply by offering them more than what they are aspiring to get, at least. It is a strategic action. When we say strategic action, it means that it is a long-term action. Whatever are the activities, the works, etc., we carry out for implementing total quality management will run for everlasting period. That means there will be no stoppage to that, and continuous improvement. We cannot say that the organization will be stagnant. Suppose at this point of time the requirement of customers are held at a certain level. Now when we are fulfilling that, we know that we are producing quality items. Now this should not make us complacent. That means we should not stop ourselves from improving upon that, because we know that the taste or the requirement of the customer is definitely going to change in the near future. So we have to think ahead and continuously improve ourselves. New paradigms take over and teams become important. New ideas will crop up which will enhance the quality. New management ideology will come forward. They will replace the existing ones, and here the teams that will carry out these activities, that will implement these activities, are important, because they are the persons behind all these things. The managerial and supervisor problem solving teams. Here, if we divide the organization into three categories, we say that at the top we have the management, at the middle level we have supervisors. This top management and the supervisors, they are basically required for the problem solving. So the problem solving team should include various managers and supervisors from the middle level. But the actual quality or the quality activities or the quality propaganda are carried out by worker groups. They have to form, or the organization has to form, quality circles. That means a group of workers who will be educated enough to carry out the quality program in this organization. So our focus will be how these quality circles work in the organization. Now, how should we implement the total quality management? Now, when we are talking of total quality management, the basic thought should be radiated from the top management, because they have to understand first the concept, the way it will be worked upon, the probable outcomes due to application of TQM or the total quality management. So we say the TQM, total quality management journey, start with CEOs. Now, how CEOs or chief executive officers of the organizations will learn about the TQM as a whole? We say that they can learn from various sources and forums. What are the various sources. The one is, we can say, by looking at other companies which are successful by applying the uh, TQM methodology, uh, discussing with top management from other organization where TQM has been implemented, looking at the various we can say literary works developed for the application of TQM and its results, attending various kind of seminars, etc. They can go to workshops, they can go to plant visit of other companies where TQM has been already implemented. Now, it is not only the duty of CEOs to radiate the TQM concept in the organization. This can also be carried out by senior managers or the senior management people apart from the chief executive officer. Here, first thing they try to do is appoint coordinators to put programs together. Now, the TQM program might be containing a numerous number of activities. Now, these activities or the programs have to be coordinated, that have to be consolidated. So, to put programs together and to implement actually the total quality management. Here, the TQM coordinators report to the chief executive officers, and the coordinators or the total quality management program is given a office which acts as secretariat to the steering committee. Now, what is this steering committee? Now, it is an association of managers along with coordinators who try to visualize how TQM will be applied in the organization. They see how their processes, how their people are adjusting to the TQM methodology or the TQM ideology, and they try to see whether the TQM ideology is running on tracks towards the continuous improvement as well as success of the business in the long run. Now, this total quality management coordinators, what is their role in implementing the TQM program in the organization? So, since they are coordinators, they play a major part in successful implementation of TQM program in the organization. It starts with designing. That means the process, the people, the product, all things have to be designed keeping in view the requirement of the customers. Whatever the customer wants, we should design the products and the processes so that the wants and needs of the customers are fulfilled. Once design are on table, then we plan for the various resources. That means in order to have the design in actual form regarding the process or the product, we plan where from we shall get the required inputs, the machineries, or the, we can say, the R&D part for developing the products which will satisfy the customer requirements. Now, once this has been done, we try to focus on workers now. Why workers? We can also say top management as well as the middle level management, that is the supervisory levels, as well as the lower level management or the workers in general. We have to educate them. We have to make them learn what is the TQM methodology, how it is to be implemented, and what are the possible outcomes out of the TQM. And also, we don't stop there. We also provide them proper training also. Training can be conducted maybe in-house by inviting various people who were successful in implementation of TQM program in other organization. Or we can also send our employees or the top management to various kind of workshops, other organizations where they can train themselves so that the TQM policy can be achieved. Now next thing comes is facilitating. Now when the actual TQM is implemented, we should act as a facilitator. That means where from the raw materials will come, where from the machineries will come, how the process is going to run, all these things have to be facilitated. And as a coordinator, we should constantly try to review how much progress has been done in the implication of total quality management. We have to build some conviction in the minds of the employees. The employees can be management, employees can be the workers also. We have to embolden them that yes, application of TQM will definitely lead us to success in the long run or sustainability in the long run. This has to be done by the TQM coordinators. Similarly, the coordinators are provided a secretariat where the members of the total quality management program inside the organization, they hold their meetings, etc. So there the coordinators should work. They should see all the things from their secretariat. Then we try to appoint champions. It is not always that by educating and training or building conviction, every employee will deliver the results in the same manner. Some may be lagging behind, some may be performing normally, some may be exceptional, and someone might be the leader or the champion. So we try to see who are the champions. That means who are very fast in adapting to the TQM methodology. We enroll the senior management also because they are a part and parcel of the TQM program that is going to be applied in the organization because they are the person who will sanction, approve, and uh, give all kind of support for successful implementation of the TQM program. As a coordinator, we have to set up a conceptual framework. That means how the activities which are under the ambit of total quality management will be worked upon. Who are the persons undertaking the work? What happens when there is troubleshooting, etc. So we try to have a framework. Apart from the coordinator, we have a steering committee. What is the role of steering committee? No. They will try to guide the organization, that means the process, the people, the product in correct direction by applying the methodology of TQM. Now questions may come because we know people are always resistant to changes. So when you are applying TQM methodology in the organization, we have to tell them the reasons for this kind of action. We have to clarify them why we are implementing or starting the TQM program in the organization. Secondly, the steering committee should be okay with people as they are. What happens? Many times we have seen when a steering committee is there, they try to say that uh, that person is not working, that person is lagging behind, that person is lazy. That means some kind of negative remarks, negative thoughts comes up for certain persons. But no, if we say like that, it may spread to other employees also because they feel that they might also will be subjected to such kind of negative thoughts by the steering committee. So what we say, whoever are the people in the organization, they are the right persons, okay, and we have to accept them, train them, make them educated so that they learn about the total quality management program and uh, they try to carry out the TQM activities. So never view negatively regarding the people when you are applying the TQM policy. Steering committee creates campaigns. We know that it is very difficult to sit with each and every employee to make them understand about the TQM, what it is, how it is going to be implemented, what are the possible results, how they are going to be benefited out of it, and what are the implications for the organization. So, since it is difficult for one to one sessions, what we do? We go for campaigns. That means we try to organize certain kind of conclaves, or we try to present them audio visual things so that they can know about the total quality management methodology. So campaign in the form of audio visuals, campaign in the form of gatherings, campaign in the form of the, we can say, light-hearted competitions, that will be carried out by steering committee, and it will help the employees to know about the TQM. Now, one organization will be having various different processes or distinct divisions or distinct functional areas. In order that an organization is a successful quality organization, each of the segment of the organization, each process of the organization, or each functional area of the organization has to adopt the TQM methodology and have to continuously improve themselves. However, when we are looking at organization as a whole, all these segments of the functional areas will combine together to form the organization. So, steering committee has the task of integrating all the improvement plans, be it in any functional area, be it in any divisions, be it in any processes, etc. So, steering committee role are this. Now we come to the teams in total quality management. That means we form a team for successful implementation of total quality management. Now, what is that team? When we say team, a number of persons coming together make a team. And for a team to be successful, it requires clear understanding of the objective of the team, uh, effort by all the members of the team towards the success of the TQM program. Always the team has a leader. Now, who is the leader here? Now, it is the manager in the organization. So, manager led teams, they are formed in the organization. Why they are formed? Now, there are severe chronic problems in the organization. How we can uproot them? How we can solve them? Or how we can get a solution for that? So that these problems are no longer there, making the organization efficient and moves towards the quality management. What happens usually uh, when we are talking of developing a new product, suppose a certain problem is there in the new product, we try to overlook it and say that let us continue with the product. What happens? That problem continues to be there in the product, and as customers use more and more the product, that problem defect comes out. And since we have not treated that or solved it at the first time or at the right moment or at the beginning, we'll find the defect has increased in proportion. That means it has grown in stature and it creates a headache to solve it. If we do it at the beginning, it is better. We say, na, the faster we treat a disease, the better it is. Otherwise, if we try to live as it is, what happens? The disease may grow into a very huge proportion. Thereby, it might create some serious damage. So, why not do the thing or solve the problem at the first sight? So, the teams in total quality management are management led teams which are formed to solve the chronic problems. That means everlasting problems in your process, in your product, etc. Now, how this is being done? How do we solve the problems? It is based on PDCA. P for plan, do for D for do, C for check, A for act. Now, suppose there is a certain product carrying some defect. We plan out why this defect is occurring. Is it due to people? Is it due to the process? Is it due to input? So, accordingly, we plan certain things how we can do away with the problem. That means we try to apply our plans so that the problem is solved. After application of the plan, we try to measure it, check it, visualize it. Has the problem vanished? Has the problem been solved? If it is, then better it is. If it is not solved, then again act on that. Go for some kind of other options. So we say problem solving is based on the PDCA methodology. Now, who are usually in the teams? First are the sponsor or the sponsorers. Who are the sponsor? We know that sponsor are the people who create the team. So in an organization, a team is usually created by the top management. The top management, they form the team, provide them with necessary support in form of monetary assistance, the human factor assistance, the infrastructure assistance, etc. So it is the management who will sponsor the team or have the team or will create a team. Each team, as we have seen in the teams in TQM, will have a leader because the team has to be directed, and for direction, we need a single leader. So, leader can be chosen from the team who will direct his team or her team in the right direction according to TQM methodology. Third are facilitators. Now, these facilitators, their work is to provide various resources, various skill set, knowledge set, etc., so that uh, whatever are the data regarding the customer requirements collected, or we say that found, that means the requirement of the customers can be fulfilled or satisfied by the organization. And finally, the team will consist of the team members. A number of employees, basically from the worker level, will join together to form the team, and under the team leader they will be working. In order to have total quality management, that means the organization should have quality circles. The quality circles can be for each department, for each division, for each functional area, etc. What is the work of this quality circle? Now, their basic task is to contribute towards improvement and development of the organization. So, quality circles, they strive, work hard, and move in the direction of making the organization a successful TQM or quality organization. It is a never ending process. Continuously, the quality circles try to improve and develop the organization so that it keeps pace with the requirements of the ever changing business world. Second thing the quality circles do is create a cheerful workplace. Uh, when we're looking at tools and techniques of total quality management, we saw a technique called as 5S. 5S. All the 5S, S stands for sun, all 5S are for Japanese words. And this ideology was mainly for the workplace. That means a proper, nice workplace, clean workplace makes it easy, makes it convenient, makes our mind to have a feeling of positive vibeness to work. So, quality circles try to adopt various techniques of TQM so that the workplace where the workers are working is a cheerful one. Because we know the more the happy the workers are, the better will be the output. These quality circles, they display capabilities of people and draw out their unlimited potential. Now, quality circles try to focus on which people are capable of doing what kind of thing. That means the proficiency level of the workers. Many times we see a worker working at a certain activity can also excel in some other activities. So, the potential of human beings are unlimited. So, we have to create a conducive climate which will bring out the unlimited potential of the workers. This will make what? Now, the productivity in the organization. This will be better. The productivity, when we try to combine that with quality, then the whole thing will make us move towards a quality organization. Same workplace. The quality circles say that the worker should work in a particular place because that will help in a learning curve. What is that learning curve? Whatever activities they are doing at their workplace, they get more efficient in that. They become more effective in that particular activity. But if we make them change from one place to another, or the places will be having different activities, then the learning curve will not be that much as compared to working at the same workplace. Next is continuity. The employees should have a feeling of continuity. That means they know that when they are into TQM activities as suggested by the quality teams or the quality circles, they will not be punished. They are assured of their continuity. Quality circles lay emphasis on voluntarism. What it means? If we force a certain worker to do a thing which he or she is reluctant to do it, then our objective of carrying out the task in a qualitative manner is not fulfilled. What we can do? We can say the activity is this one. If anyone interested can come forward voluntarily. If they agree, then we know that that person has a deep sense of what we can say to learn regarding the activity. So when voluntarily the worker comes forward, we can say that yes, definitely the worker is going to work in a better way. Quality circle approach. So whenever there is a problem, quality circles act upon that. Now the whole process of a problem being created, it is analyzed by quality circles, a proper solution is developed, and it is implemented, as well as the results are also seen. The whole process is called as a quality circle story. Now, these stories will remain because they will act as a guide for future reference when there will be any kind of troubleshooting. Quality circles emphasize on self and mutual development. Quality circles say that it is not that one should develop himself or herself. They should develop themselves, but along with that, they should also develop their other team members, other employees, other workers. So, the development will be not only singularly but also in a collective manner. The quality circles should have regular meetings. That means they can analyze, suppose we say, let us meet once in a month. They can analyze how the activities are going on. Is any activity showing some kind of defects? If defects, how can we go forward to solve it? So this is done through regular meetings. Instead of sitting together all the time, we have some periodic meetings. Now let us look at what are the various roles and functions of the quality circle organization. So organization, those who have already implemented the total quality management program or are in the path of applying the TQM philosophy into their organization, they go through creation of quality circles. So, an organization containing quality circles, what are the various roles and functions of the various employees? The first is top management. Here we can say that the CEO and the board members of the top management, they provide or they should provide the necessary support in terms of budgets, in terms of resources, that means material as well as humans, as well as assurance for carrying out the quality program. The organization should have a steering committee. The function, as we have seen earlier in this particular session, steering committee should make the activities run in the path of achieving the TQM results. Facilitator will act for bridging the gap between the top management and the quality circles. That means whatever are the requirement of the quality circles, those things will be facilitated by the facilitators. Each quality circle will be having a leader, and other workers or employees who are inside in the quality circle, are the members of that quality circle. Now, here we say that middle management are not having any kind of role in a quality organization. The answer is no. Middle management works in a supervisory position. They try to act like facilitators, or instead of facilitating the materials, the budgets, funds, etc., what they do, they carry out the fundamentals or the ideology of quality from the top management to the quality circles or the lower level employees. So they act as supervisory level. Now let us see the quality control circle techniques. What are the techniques that are usually used for quality control in an organization? One can be brainstorming. What happens here? We ask people or people from various management levels or the hierarchy levels of the organization to sit together and think about the requirements of the customer, think about the problems that are cropping up, what are the possible solutions, etc. What will happen? Now, people will come up with different solutions, and obviously, we can have a solution which will be the most appropriate for the quality program. So, this can only happen if we make people sit together. Another one is the Pareto analysis. This Pareto analysis is based on the economic theory which has been stated by the Italian economist Alfred Pareto regarding the wealth of the people in the society. He said 10% of the people in the society have 70% of the wealth of the society. That means the super rich. 20% of the people have only 20% of the wealth of the society. That means here we are talking of the common man, the middle level. 70% of the people in the society have only 10% of the wealth of the society. Here we are talking of the poor people. This was given during the 1800 by Alfred Pareto. The basic essence of this is a few things have huge implication, like few people in the society have huge wealth. So we say a few problem will lead to the maximum damage in the quality. So we try to see what are the few or the trivial matters, trivial faults, trivial defects which are causing the most of the problems in the product. And we try to focus on that so that the earliest that it is solved or done away with, the better it is or the quality will improve. We also have cause and effect diagram. In Japanese, it is called as Ishikawa diagram according to the developer. So here, for any problem or troubleshooting, we try to find out why it has occurred. If the problem has occurred, what is the impact on the overall final product that we are delivering to the customers. Similarly, we have check sheets. Uh, Instead of having cause and effect diagram, sometimes what happens, a technique called as check sheets, where the various problems are written, and we try to see if the snags or the problems are occurring in the product by checking it on regular intervals. Similarly, we go for histograms. Histograms are the bar diagrams whereby we see the average or the central point of a given set of numbers will be having the most number of occurrences. In other words, a histogram will be formed where the highest number of occurrences or the defects can be seen clearly. So, that particular defect which is occurring for maximum number of times, we can catch hold of that and we should try to solve it. Next is stratification. Now, we can divide a certain set of items into various stratas. Like uh, children's of 0 to 5 years, above 5 years to 16 years, who are called as youth, 16 years or 18 years we can take, 18 years above to around 60 years adults, 60 years and above old age. So, looking at these various distinctive areas, we will be astonished to find that the troubles are different for each segment. Similarly, for a product, during its lifespan, we'll be having different kind of troubleshootings. So, this technique is called as stratification. Apart from that, we can go for control charts, where we can prepare control charts for the variables, that means those which can be numerically measured, and attributes which we can see, feel, etc., but difficult to measure numerically. There we try to prepare control charts which will be having a control level, upper control level and lower control level, as well as a central line. And using the properties of the standard normal curve that we learn in statistics, we try to see whether the products are matching the requirements of the customer in the proper way. When we are having management control and data management, we talk about accountability, responsibility, authority. When we carry out a task, whoever will bear the burden is called as accountable. Responsibility to carry out the task in a proper manner. Authority to take decisions. So here we analyze the data, and this analysis should be based on correctness of data. And finally, we organize the control data. Now, finally, information for decisions. We have planning information and analytical information. So with this, we end our session. Thank you.